Hello, Jason. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
How are you?
I'm doing alright.
All right. So before we start, I would like to let you know that this video is being recorded, and my teacher will be reviewing it to give me some feedback. Okay?
Okay, perfectly.
All right. So the last time we spoke, we were talking about you and your wife potentially homeschooling your daughter, but what you originally came for was some anxieties that you were having about starting up your own business online. Would you like to talk about the business or your daughter?
We can talk about my business. Right now, lately I have been changing prices, doing a lot of design changing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, been trying to get a logo and just working with other designers on trying to get a logo is like slightly a hassle. I'm in a dispute of trying to. No, I don't think I spent my money, but trying to cancel the project, and the designer doesn't want to cancel the project. It's just working through online. It's a website called Fiverr,
Mm-hmm.
where they help you with many things, voiceovers, logos, a lot of things. So definitely been going through with that in the business, but everything seems okay so far. Still on the back end, thinking about getting an expert to help me design my store so I get things up and running, because it's taking longer than I'm expecting. Um, certain tabs, certain uh, consistency is not functioning the way I expect it to, where it could be easy to search for certain items, or even to when you just show up to the store, does it look inviting as such? So yeah, it's I'm working on it little by little. I do get frustrated. My brain starts to smoke a little bit, and I just take a step back and just do nothing or do unproductive things.
So, when you say you want to speak to an expert, are you referring to more of someone that has experience with website designing or someone that has experience with business in general?
Both, because with online store they call e-commerce, and more of for the or expert for the platform that I'm using. So it's more detailed. Not for any platform, because there's many ways to create an online store.
Mm-hmm.
So the bare basic is to have a hosting site and I guess our e-commerce system. My e-commerce system is simple with the hosting company that I have, Shopify.com, and I probably want to get a Shopify expert just to help me design it and put it in proper settings and consistency and configure it the way I see fit, on top of the basic um, design to have a customer stay at my website more than 20 seconds, so to speak. Just don't look around and say, oh, I don't understand any of this, so I'm just gonna go. It just looks like a shaky site. So they just look into it and then say, oh, he has a sale here. Oh, he has this item. Oh, just look at it as a real store. And me doing it myself, probably inside, I don't feel like it's coming together as it should.
Okay, so you have a problem with not knowing for sure if it's user friendly. That's what it sounds
Yeah, user friendly. Probably put more words to it than that, but
like.
user friendly is the right words to say.
Okay, so have you thought about maybe having some people look at it that could be potential buyers to
Yeah,
see how they.
I have thought about it. I have not reached out into about anybody to because if I'm understanding for specifics, I did link with a sort of a marketing company, and they do show you how to design the store, and I've been gaining more ground with that. But mm, it's I more still need to communicate with somebody to have their hands on it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I need them to be involved, because I'm watching the video tutorials and um, discussions. Everybody's situation is different. It was recorded at a different time zone. Videos could be recorded 2 years ago with a different system. Everything updates. um, software updates, especially the websites and stuff like that. So the way things look back then how they don't look how the way they are now,
Mm-hmm.
and function differently. So I may have a new system versus the old system they made a tutorial with. So still need somebody's hands.
So you're saying that you've watched videos pertaining to.
To the basic design of how a store would benefit on just any e-commerce basic setup.
Okay, so are you interested in talking to somebody in person more than talking to somebody through the computer? Because you say you want somebody's hands on it, so.
They can do it on online virtually, put their hands on it. In person, that takes time,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how to allocate that time to that person. I'm willing. Sometimes you just don't want to get everybody your stuff and just like an expert because people steal. Let's just say it straight like that. People steal. They can steal your store, steal your idea, and I can't say I have official documents, but we're probably with Shopify. I did sign some official documents where I bought the domain, I bought the platform, so I guess certain things are in stone for federal saying, oh, he stole my stuff. Um, I can't recognize it if he stole it because it
Mm-hmm.
may look so good, and right now only recognize a deconstructed store, so it's just okay. So I rather not just jump and put everything into someone's hands. I rather discuss it with somebody. Say, okay, I see what you did here. This, that, and the third. Or these need to change in this sort of way. I rather somebody supervise me in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all for somebody supervising me. Other than that, don't take over from me. I am the boss, but teach me.
Well, maybe one thing that can help you with that whole situation is maybe create a generic contract
Mm-hmm.
before you actually start working with somebody, even as a supervisor, because you don't know what their secret motives are. They could possibly take your stuff and run off with it too. So maybe if you could create a contract stating
I
that.
could go to LegalZoom and create one of those the contracts where they can't say anything, the non-disclosure. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can print one of those up.
That'd give you a little bit more protection. Because I know it seems like one of the biggest issues with you is trusting people.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be a reoccurring effect with you. You don't trust people very well. So.
Right out of nowhere, we at war already, so it's just like okay. Like I'm pretty sure, like his actions seem like he was dancing around the bush. But lo and behold, you just put your whole hand in the pot. And nobody even was like we would just mind our own business. Okay, cool. He's crazy. We accept that. Everybody in the world know he's crazy, but he just end up just throwing his hand in the pot. Like really?
Yeah, I don't think anybody ever have a
We're
clear.
not surprised, but we was like, really, we really had to do it. Mm,
That's a whole nother topic at hand. That's.
yeah, and we ain't no rush to to do anything about it too. So it's just like,
Is. Well, I know you mentioned that sometimes as you've been working on your website, you said that when you start to it gets over your head, you find something else to do. What is it that you find to do?
YouTube, social media, watch TV, watch movies. Yeah, or go to sleep.
So, about how often does this happen?
Well, from before the sessions, as often as I did not want to, but now I'm more on. I'm more working 2 or 3 hours before I take a break.
Okay, so it's improved. You've been
Yes.
able to work more on the website before you get too frustrated and find something else
Yes.
to occupy your time with.
Yes.
So when you go on social media, are you looking for things pertaining to the website, or are you just trying to find something completely different to take your mind off it?
Probably completely different.
Okay.
Someone I know that has nothing to do with it at all.
Do you find that helps you to get back into the rhythm?
Um, I find it that I just create like unconsciously create a schedule 2 to 3 hours a day at max, and probably I probably try to push it a little bit more at night, just because my mind in the background and on the back end is still thinking about the different things that I read, the problems that I ran into, and if I solve it, it comes straight to the front. I'll say, oh, okay, where's my computer? Let me get to it. And it may be late at night, and I just pop open the computer and fix it. So if I'm stuck somewhere, I know I'm not actually just forgetting about it,
Mm-hmm.
because eventually I'll come back to it. Or if I'm just exhausted and tired or frustrated, then I'll go to the next day.
I understand. I know what it means sometimes if I get into something and I can't figure it out, it's better for me to just walk away and regroup before I go back into it again.
Mm-hmm.
It helps out a lot. So, are you going to try to reach out to somebody to help you in person?
Yes,
You are.
yes, I am.
What method are you going to use for that? Are you going to call or maybe go by school?
I've been using a lot of, because I've been using support for everything I've been doing. Um, live chat. Live
Mm-hmm.
chat definitely helps because it's right then and there. It's not a phone call. There's not waiting on hold or anything like that. There's actually people sitting at a desk waiting to talk to you.
So is this like a Skype video call or is it
Just
more like
regular chat. Just typing and typing in your problem. You can even screenshot the things you have problems with, so they can see. Oh, I see what you're talking about. And they give me pictures. They even send me links to certain things, and I screenshot. Hey, this is what I'm looking at. This is my problem. So that, okay, we understand now. So do this, that, and the third, and it actually works out for the best. It works out better than a phone call. It works out better than email. Live chat really does, I guess, fixes the problem quicker than most.
so were you using live chat before or is this something that you just recently started out using?
I would use it for different purposes, like well, something more important than the things I did, like my account is not working or something like that. But now I'm using it for like almost every little thing that I need help with.
Okay.
Sometimes they have the answers, sometimes they don't. So that's why I don't use it as often, because there's some things I want to change. Hey, and I ask, can I change this, that, this? I was like, no, you cannot change that. Okay, so that puts me in my perspective. There are certain levels of things that cannot change, or what's the word I'm looking for? Change or control.
Okay. So you said you're using Spot Shopify.
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying that some of the aspects of Shopify
Mm-hmm.
is pretty much standard. It can't be changed. It can't be altered.
Yeah.
So you have to just leave it as it is.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Does
Yep.
that bother you as far as the design of your website?
That's where the frustration comes into play, because I want to change how it looks and how it functions, but that's the way it's built. So it's just like, to me, when I show up to the store, it's just like, it's really, either it's so bland that it's just white with text everywhere and a few pictures here and there, or it's just overwhelming with different stuff, with colors and text, and it's overlapping each other. It's just like, it's just a mess. It doesn't flow consistency. It doesn't. I'm trying to find a word where everything looks sleek together, like in proper design, a proper alignment or such. Um, just yeah, this is a hard thing to like get right, because it's tiring.
Mm-hmm.
It's like trying to really shape out a diamond out of something crazy. So it is work, but I really hoping I'm getting to that point where I can start selling stuff.
Okay.
Because time is a lot of money.
Time is money.
A lot of money.
So has that been a problem? Because I know before you stated that money would be an issue as far as having to have extra money to put towards the website. Have you been able to work on your finances to figure that part out yet? Or what have you been doing to improve or contribute financially towards your business?
I I have not. It's the same thing. It's the same thing I've been paying for in the past. Um, I pulled back some on contributing so much because basically I got all the basics already.
Mm-hmm.
It's just now, and I'm finding a lot of free stuff anyway, so that really helps.
So it hasn't caused a financial strain for you as far as
Not as not since the beginning of the sessions, no, because I've been finding other ways to pull back from putting in so much
okay.
alternative, and they're good alternatives too.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah, and it's just thinking about getting a professional.
So that's your main
Yeah.
focus as of now is finding a professional.
It's starting to become a recurring thought. It's starting to become a recurring thought.
Do you think that perhaps finding a professional help you become a little bit more organized, figure out what needs to be done at what point in time?
Being helping me be organized, possibly, if he could show me what's what. But the only reason to get a professional is for designing purposes. Other things that would need to be organized is knowing my supplier, knowing the products, knowing the ads that I put out, knowing the numbers that are being generated. So I really don't have any of that right now because I'm not done with designing. So when it comes to designing, there may be a little organization to what goes where and how it should function. But right now, I'm just okay with everything being everywhere. It's just like, just put it there. We'll figure out after the fact.
But that's still causing you to become frustrated because it's not where you want it to be.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I throw it up there just to see what it looks like. Sometimes you have to just lay things out, just drop it all and see where it lands. If it lands in a spot that you wanted to, the method that you was putting it there didn't work. So essentially, it worked when you just took your hands off of it. Now, how many attempts would have gotten me to that point of trying to get it the way I want it? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So me scrapping it, put it back together, scrapping it, put it back together, scrapping it. How many times I gotta keep doing that until I say, "Hey, you do this." They say, "Oh yeah, you did it right."
So perhaps if you were speaking and working with a professional, they'll be able to get it in that spot quicker. So it's less trial and error, which results in less time that you're spending on the same exact item.
Impeccable, exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
I get it. I understand.
Yep.
You've been working on it so long, you're probably tired of all the back and forth, back and forth. So if you had somebody to actually strategically place it where you want it to be at that time and be done with it and move on to something else, that would probably help out a lot more.
Much so, very much so.
I get it. I honestly would advise that possibly you speak to somebody in person. Maybe even just go to a school. That way that they can sit next to you and you're like, all right, I want it to go right here on the spot. But it's probably not that easy. I don't know. Do you think it'd be?
It can be easy. It's just that I guess for the value of your dollar can go to many people. I can. I'm not gonna say I can. It is possible to find a person like a college student, let's say, an IT department. And I do have an IT background, so I do have some strong understanding of what's going on. And that's the reason why I say a Shopify professional, a person that's specifically professional for what I'm using, the resources that I'm using. Now, you know, let's say somebody young that's coming into their career of web designing, and they're more groomed to the resources that I'm using. I don't think that would be much of a bad decision if they trying to come in, trying to get their experience in. They see what I see, but they're able to move faster because they understand deeper in more details than I am of web designing. Now, a seasoned professional will say, "Oh, I know exactly what's your problem, but let me try to upsell you on certain things. Let me tell you how much it's really going to cost for my time and my purposes, and my services, not purposes." It's just trying to find a professional is like trying to find a good friend. It's for like, I think it's like I could use this metaphor. Um, as guys using going to a barber, you find that one good barber that likes to do your hair. He does it exactly how you want it. It feels good when you get out that chair, and when you walk into the barber shop, you ain't looking at nobody else. You're looking at your barber. He's just like, yeah, two more. It's okay, cool. And you can even call them, and just how many you can call them, and y'all know on first name basis. Now, let's say your barber's not available, and you really need that cut that day. You go to somebody else, and you have to explain to them what you need, how they should do it, and they're their own professionals. You don't really tell a professional how they do their job. So you get the cut, you feel a certain kind of way. It's like, it looks good, but he didn't do it. Your barber comes back, oh, I see somebody already did your work. He's just like, okay, well, they kind of messed up what I was doing, and I gotta go behind them and change certain things. So in a certain aspect with IT and the design, it's the same thing. You get what I'm saying? People leave footprints on whatever. Professionals leave footprints on whatever they do. So if I get a designer that's up and coming, he can work with me. He can see he can see no professionalism, but that's a seasoned professional would try to assume somebody was working with me and try to say, hey, this, that, third. You need all these other resources that you need to pay for besides of me just paying a minimum just to change certain things around. Okay.
So you're looking for. It doesn't have to be somebody in person. You need somebody that specializes specifically in Shopify designing. And then you don't want someone that's going to come in and try to put their own spin on it. You want somebody to basically be you, but to critique it and fix it the way you want it to be. Not somebody pushing on their own thoughts and opinions and showing you what they feel like it should be.
It's exactly that. Precisely.
So how hard will it be to find?
Look, hard is not the word. It's like, go forth on your journey, sir. It's straight like that. It's just go forth and be wonderless.
So, are there any forums for people that specialize?
Yeah, it's just another roadblock that I put in front of myself is actually communication.
So you don't feel comfortable reaching out in forum settings?
No, that's why I said the live chat is very easy. They pick a person, talk, and they just sit there. But you can't talk to them. It's like, oh, well, we got expert professionals. Yeah.
Okay.
I just might end up just try to run through those expert professionals. I did the same thing with the logos. I talked to many different people. It was a message board system where I say, hey, I made at least two paragraphs worth to describe exactly what I'm doing, what I'm looking for, and how I want to go about doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Took me through, I think it could have been more. It took me through, I guess, four people, and then the last one worked on, and the last one got it. But it was like a general request throughout the whole website, and I had gotten almost, I don't know what the first batch. I was like 60 offers,
That's a lot.
60 offers, and I brought it down to like five or six, and only one got it. So it takes time. It takes time. But I don't know if Shopify has the same system where I could put a general offer out there. And they could come back. I mean, I have to talk to every specific person one at a time. So I don't know. It's just process.
Maybe a form might have it where you can just throw out a question, and then somebody that actually knows more about it
I'm gonna be
can
honest.
respond.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand forums. I think I do, but I personally feel people don't respond to me.
Oh no, don't think that.
I may go into another discussion and respond to somebody else. Oh, I agree with him. Okay, well, I got a question on another topic. Well, we on this topic now. We're not going to talk to you. Really?
No, I mean, with forums, it may take time for somebody to respond because you have to wait for somebody that actually knows what you're talking about to log in, actually look at your question,
or even see that it's up there.
Yeah.
You gotta think about that. Hey, there's a new topic, but that's the bottom of all the lists, and nobody goes to the bottom.
So then you can always go back and refresh it to bring it back up, to bump it back up to the top. So if that was to ever happen to you, you can go back in and reset it so that way your question will go back up to the top. So that way you're not worried about people having to scroll through multiple pages to come up to your one question that you have. Okay. That could help out some.
All I gotta do is try.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad you stepped outside your comfort zone and asked help for your logo because it sounds like it came out to work out very well in your favor.
Yes, it did. 98%. I gotta still do it. Everything's perfection. When you come to your business, everything's come to perfection. You want it to be the basic, but with your own fingerprint on it.
Yeah, it's your baby. You want to mold it and grow it to your satisfaction, nobody else's satisfaction. So,
and it was a great deal. 4 logos for $30.
Now, was it too bad? Were you anxious while you were communicating with these people?
I was hyped. I was like, "Oh, you giving me 4 logos for $30?" Other people was charging $300, $400. I was like, "Really? Thank you, sir."
So it wasn't too bad to actually speak to individual people.
Not at all.
That's good. Congratulations. I'm very proud.
I'm very thankful.
That's good.
Yeah.
So maybe that experience, you can take that experience and apply it to other things.
I can. I will.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's just the check this out. For that logo, it took me 5 days communicating with people. Probably a little bit longer. Because I'm still ongoing trying to cancel one of the projects. Because I did start a project with somebody. And when I started a project, the person didn't respond for almost 2 days. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to cancel this project. And he said, wait. I'll do it. Then he didn't even make it right. I told him, do it over, please. He didn't do it right. He said, I can't do it. I was like, okay, I'm canceled. He's like, no, I'm gonna do it. I was like, what are you talking about? So it was like going back and forth with this person. I just went to go find somebody else, and they got it like that. So
that's kind of how like forums work. You said that you talked to somebody, he wasn't helping you, so you found somebody else. It's kind of like forums. Somebody may give you a suggestion. I don't like your suggestion. I'm gonna refresh my question and find somebody else. I might have a better answer to my solution. Okay. So it's just reaching out and not worrying about the negativity, because people are going to have negative stuff to say, or people may not answer your question how you want it to be answered. So you just continue to seek out help until you get that right answer. But it's not going to happen right then and there. It's going to take time. You said it took 5 or possibly more days to get your logo exactly how you wanted it to. It may take some time for you to get that answer that you need, but it's not the end of the world. You get the answer eventually.
I believe so. I pray so.
It sounds like starting a business requires a lot of time and patience.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you've made some improvements since we started this session. I'm happy that you're starting to feel a little bit better about your outcome and you're reaching out more and you're not as anxious. So thank you for meeting with me and having these sessions.
You're most definitely welcome.
All right. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm always here to talk and listen and learn more about IT and website designing.
Most definitely welcome.
All right. See you later.